It is salmon season. This is the Salmon River, and sometimes you have to fish around a bunch of people.
Now she is.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah. Now we're recording. Here we go. I can see the little red light there. We just got done with Columbus Day weekend. One of the busiest times on this river. I'm trying to find, quiet water or water where there's enough room to throw out a 60-foot cast and do a great swing. It's just sometimes not going to happen. But we fish when we can, and we got to make do with what we can. So one of the ways to deal with the crowds is actually, we got to shorten up. Even though we like to swing flies, sometimes we just got to shorten that cast and that swing up. And one of the tricks I'll do with that is with a switch rod. Now this switch rod is obviously set up with in this case I got about a 10-foot leader on there. I got a floating tip on and my normal Skagit driver head on. What you can do with that rig is you can cast out in front of you, do an upstream bend. With that weight, it forces everything down. It gets you right at depth really fast. You can get the control of your line really quick, and you can do a really precise swing. So we're not making a 60-foot swing, we're making a 25, 30-foot swing, but we can get into tighter spots. We can kind of fish closer to our buddies. We can make a great swing. We can still effectively work the water just in tiny bites. Obviously we can't work big water as fast as we would like to, but we can still work some water and we can get there. The other thing is you can pick and choose little tight spots, small little pockets where the fish are showing up, or tiny little pools within the pools or off to the side, and be able to make a nice presentation of swing by just using your switch rod and with a floating setup. It's an old technique, the way we've used to do this for years, with just a wait for the fly line and a leader and a couple shot, and our whatever fly we happen to use. In this case, I happen to have an egg fly on because we got an egg bite, but we can run, in this case, woolly buggers, which I happen to have right here, or whatever flies we may want to swing, little wets or even some small intruders to fit the situation. But we just shorten everything up. We just compress it, and with a switch rod we can do that.
Talk about the lead.
Talk about the what?
Split shot. Oh
yeah, the split shot. Yep. Tom just reminded me about the split shot. So basically what I do is, here's the fly. Let's pretend it's something other than an egg fly, and about 36 inches away above the knot. In this case, I was in some pretty heavy water. I'm using 3/0s just because I can fine tune it, and that just gets everything down. Yeah, it's a lot more weight. I've been running all fall, but then again, the day we're shooting this, we got 750 plus runoff water, so I have to adapt to the conditions. But this whole rig drives it down, and it's also very effective for fishing with egg patterns in a big egg bite. And if I want to, I can just swing over to a small wet fly or the all-ounce failed woolly bugger. This thing has been chewed on. And it's a great way to just kind of work in around the crowd. You get a little area, you can get in there, your little group can take over or kind of occupy a little spot and fish a short little drift. So it's a way to work around crowds. Unfortunately, it's salmon season, it's salmon fishing, and crowding is something we have to deal with, but this is a solution to still get our favorite type of presentation, get the grabs that we love to have, get the big hits that we love to have, and still be on the water and just kind of have to deal with a tough situation. All right, I just got done talking about the switch rods, how we can use them in tight spots during crowded conditions, but we can also use them dealing with it. And here in high water, we're probably running about 1,500 CFS in the head of the meadows on the Douglas and Salmon Run. But just because I'm on the DSR doesn't mean that this whole thing doesn't work the rest of the river, guys. Anywhere. We got an inside edge, and what Tom will do is he'll work right along this grass edge, all the way down towards me, and right on down to the bottom end of the run here where these guys are. They're out a little bit farther, they need to be back in. But anyways, this inside edge right here, right behind me, let's see here, right along in here, wherever my finger is, those fish are going to sit. in this high water. They don't want to be on that high water any more than we do. So you just kind of do that short little swing off a switch rod, and you can really precisely cover that, and it makes for a great technique or a good tool. And even on high water, sometimes these rods can be really handy. So no less can they work in tight spots. During crowded conditions, we can also use them in high water, because sometimes in high water we're fishing small water, we're fishing in close, and with these switch rods that can be a very handy tool. Once again, just got to be well, it kind of feels funny when we're looking at the camera. Just got to work in a little bit, work that soft water right along the edge, stay close to the bank, and a lot of times your fish are going to be within a 20-foot cast.
This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.